Hi hashtag. Following the videos from yesterday, I think it's important for levels we have at hashtag at youth level to rise, to be greater, to be bigger. Because when that level goes up, then the expectation at the first team level goes up. I think youth level at hashtag is a good level, but I think it needs to be high level. And I think the expectations of hashtag has to be consistently at their best capable. These performances, which aren't at our best, are frustrating because you want every footballer to play at the absolute best consistently, as that's obvious, as everyone knows. And to be honest, if the youth level was already doing better than expectations on a consistent basis, then that will make the first team players want to play better to keep the places. And also, I think the football at youth level for the boys and the girls has to be keeping the ball more on the ground, keep consistent possession, and try to play from the back more than boosting up upfield. Have that confidence, have that in your game, and all the things that seem obvious but they're not happening consistently enough. We got to be able to get the ball from one end to the other without losing possession and having to regain possession. And in front of goal, taking away more chances than you do. I mean, the amount of sitters we miss are crazy. I mean, we got the trio of attackers who are promising to the point they take the chances, and then sometimes you're thinking, what? Like sometimes when they have a clear header, no one really put them under any pressure, under any pressure, and they head it wide or head it over. When they have a shot, and basically, they just need to shoot, and they shoot it straight at the goalkeeper when they could shoot to the left or the right, and shoot it straight at the goalie. And then also at the far post, when they had all the time to slide in and put the ball back in it, they somehow don't put the ball in the back of the net. And these things that players have to look to improve on, because if they know they're capable of it, the manager knows they're capable of it, they need to do it. And after all last season was stupidly avoid, which is ridiculous because we were promoted basically. You need to get that frustration of that last season out and show it in our passion and our commitment and our performances. We need to be clinical as hell. We've been unclinical. Winning games 2-1, we should be winning 4-1. It might be quite brutal, but from what I see from the players is they going forward. They look like a good at times. They look like a good force going forward. But then it comes to the final third, and when they keep the ball, and they can get a good cross in, a good set up for the goal or chance. There's no end product. There's no clinicality. There's no, I know everyone's saying, oh, we're in the division we're in, we're the level we're in. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll take that. But I think we should always not use that as the absolute excuse for what happens, but use that for the reason to be better. And I think if you got more clinically at scoring in front of goal at youth level than at reserve level, And if he had players, developed players, he was so passionate about the club and wanted to come through the youth ranks, boys and girls, and want to bring like most successful hashtag. And players who maybe want to play the whole career at hashtag. Maybe some players know they're good enough to play the whole career at hashtag and don't want to move on. A lot of players will see the chance when a bigger club comes calling. But to be honest, if that keeps happening, then hashtag aren't going to go greatly far. So I think the thing about signing players like Premier League, Championship, League One all the time, I still don't fully find greatness in that, because I think you've got to develop some of your own rather than just buy the whole squad. Like Man City nearly got banned from UEFA fairly rightly enough, to be honest, because you shouldn't buy the best squad in Europe or in the world. You should develop half of it and buy the other half. And with hashtag, if we can develop some players to play and be legends at the club in future years to come. And then, yeah, how I look at it is develop the core by the frame. But yeah, I think if the men and the women can win trophies in times to come, it's fantastic. We've got a women's team as well, and we've got youth in the women's game who will be the next generation. It's fantastic to see. I don't know what hashtag we would do about disability football, but that's something maybe in the future. I don't know. Maybe that's on their mind, or maybe it never will be. But whichever way, what they're doing right now is fantastic, and it's always a big step. And I think, to be honest, hashtag do have a future, and which will be boosted, and it would. I think what they do on YouTube is going to literally make it, basically. I mean, obviously, I know they've got a future. I mean, a future higher level. I mean, yeah, and I think we'd be the first club to prove that so much money doesn't bring so much when we can do something different. And there's not much money in the non-league, so it's about being very well knowledged and being very skillful with your signings. And the physicality, and also I brought up yesterday, I didn't bring up today, is playing pressure football. I know we've got part-timers, so the fitness levels will be only about 90 minutes, but adding them to play more pressure football, like you see from the Bayern Munich manager and Basela, yeah, basically the pressure they put on teams to mess up and stuff, and to feed off that, basically, to force the defense to mess up. And I know it's something we're trying to do to a certain extent, but something I would like to see more from the players. But also, I don't want them missing and getting injured or having burnout. If it's something they can't really fully adapt to the game. But yeah, I mean, also it'd be nice to have a few more players in the club. To be honest, when I saw the amount of players we've got, and then we were talking about having an injury crisis and running out of players, and like, yeah, if we had another goalkeeper in this crisis before we had to load in a goalkeeper, and if you had to go better competition for goalkeepers, and also for each position, defence. Sometimes defence is switched off like a light switch, and then we find ourselves conceding a goal, which, to be honest, was probably one of the easiest goals a team could score. And the midfield can be flat sometimes. The midfield needs to be really into it. Have we played in the FA Cup? I would give us 7.5, 8 out of 10, because I believe we can go that 10 out of 10. I believe we can go that further. The only other thing, though, is that with Hashtag Football Club is the players need to give 10 out of 10 performances more consistent basis. Not a 7 out of 10. Definitely not a 5 out of 10. Obviously not, but at glimpses in games, at periods, halves, you see that a bit. But yeah, I've only been critical because I support Hashtag. I follow Hashtag anyway. I think same thing really. But I just want to. I only say what I say because I want the best for the players, and to be honest, you should give them that boost, going onwards and upwards, and because I think fans need to be able to voice their thoughts on YouTube and to the club, and basically you see these clubs in the Football League, in the non-league, who fans want better only because they care for that club. They don't want better because they don't want to support a club where they are. Basically, I want to see us in the national division before too long. Our aim should be Football League by 10 years and prove to me we can do it in less. But that'd be a good goal for Hashtag Football League in 10 years. And maybe, just maybe, we could have a few players who are at Hashtag now, or at least an academy, Boyd Academy more likely, who could be playing in that first game in League 2. But yeah, maybe we could appeal to players who never made it their dream in the Premier League or the Championship, and maybe have been at a club or two since, and they're at a low, they're at a dark point. They're like at a time they just give into football, give football in or something. Just feel no club wants them. We can take them up, give them that confidence back, give them that boost, and then quickly and yeah, give them those performances out of them that maybe that they had at the time in an academy at the club they originated from in the Championship or Premiership. Only reason I said that was Ola Larsson, who played with Harry Kane in the youth academy. Now, if we can do that, if we can appeal to players like that, and then it would be fantastic. And yeah, basically, that's kind of appeal we need to have as Hashtag, because that will help a lot. But also, it'd be good to get players from the local area who we can show to the country and show as well to our league that there are local players in your area that you need to help give a career to. You need to give them that confidence, make them into the players they want to be, and maybe fulfill their dream of maybe playing in the Premier League one day, or maybe just want to stay level of Hashtag. But every player dreams of playing in the Premier League, Champions League, European Championships, World Cup, maybe Olympics. apart from GB never go to Olympics, unfortunately. But yeah, basically, I'm just saying all that. I've done my 15-minute video now. I was gonna do 15 minutes because I'm gonna kind of get back to bed a bit. Also, that's what I just set out for myself. So yeah, cheers anyway.